Hi, I'm Gwen Strombeck, Special Event Supervisor with the Schaumburg Park District, and we're at the Go Show, and we're at Noonie Times, which is an event that runs from noon till 1 over at the CRC at their outdoor stage. And today we had Amazing Animals by Samantha, and I have Beth and Renee with me, and they're holding, who are you holding?
This is Casey the Kikachu. Isn't he cute? It's a little animal from South America. Likes to hang out in the
Trying to give me kisses, too.
Yeah.
And who is this?
This is Al Schwarzenegger, or Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was wrong. Yes, he's a North American alligator. We've had him for about 12 years. He's about, what, 6 feet? Something like that. And he's quite heavy, actually.
He looks very calm and relaxed. He looks like a nice guy.
Yeah, he is, actually. We have another alligator at the zoo who's got a real attitude problem, and he's much smaller, seriously. Al's always been pretty easy to work with. But alligators just in general, they're not very active animals, so for him to just hang out is like normal.
Great. I'm a little nervous standing next to him, but he looks calm enough that he's not going to.
He's fine.
So you guys are based out of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So do you travel to different park districts? Where do you usually go? What kind of venues do you usually go to?
We do everything from private parties like this to libraries, birthday parties, schools, stuff like that. Actually, we also have production companies, so we work on movies and print jobs and commercials, and run the whole gamut of working with animals in the industry.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing this?
I have been working with Samantha, the owner, for about 10 years.
Wow, so you're a pro.
Yeah.
How about you? How long have you been doing it?
I've been working with Samantha for about 5 years.
Great.
But I was raised around animals, so.
So you love this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Great. And who else did you bring today at Noonie Time?
We brought a new baby snake. We brought Timmy, our tortoise. We brought an armadillo, bearded dragon. We had our raccoon, our groundhog that raises the American flag, Dakota Monday, and a chinchilla.
Lots of friends to this event. Well, we had a great crowd, and a lot of people came out, so thanks for coming, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. It was fun.
Thanks.
Is everybody ready to see some animals? Let me introduce myself. My name is Beth, and this is Renee, and we are from Amazing Animals. We have brought for you animals from all over the world. Without further ado, we're going to start right here in the United States. We're going to the swamps, the rivers, and the bayous. Places like Florida and Louisiana. You can probably guess who's in this box. I would like to introduce you to Mr. Al Capone, the American alligator. Al, yes, he is the American alligator. He weighs about 50-60 pounds, so you can guarantee that Renee here is going to work out. Now, if you live in the wild, these guys can get up to 23 feet long and weigh up to 1,000 pounds. That's one very large alligator, but look here, lovely breath. He's only about 5 foot long. Nice gator. Now this guy is a predator. He has lots of defense mechanisms that have helped him survive millions of years. A defense mechanism is something all my animals have to survive with. If you guys look at this guy, if you guys see, the most dangerous part of an alligator, of course, is his teeth. That's right. They got 82 sharp, hollow teeth. So, brings us to a question. Should you guys swim with alligators? No way. These guys can actually swim faster than a canoe. Now, I'm going to show you guys another little trick. If I tap him on his nose, his mouth, this is a big, beautiful smile. Anything inside of his mouth, he is going to close down on. That's right. Now, Renee's going to walk him around. Please stay seated as Renee comes around. Get a better look. I'm going to show you guys a very, very ancient trick, but I need everybody's help. Can everybody put one hand on your head? One hand pointing at the alligator. Now move your hand counterclockwise, whisper the magic words. Go to sleep. We are going to try to hypnotize this alligator. Go to sleep. Yes, he is definitely cold-blooded. He loves the sunshine. Going to sleep. Going to sleep. Going to sleep. Remember, he weighs about 60 pounds. Going to sleep. That's right. Oh, look, he's a sleeping gator. All right. There's one way to wake up a sleeping alligator, and that's the magic words alligator handbag. So on the count of 3, everybody yell alligator handbag. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let's give it up for Mr. Al Capone, the American alligator. All right. You know, I'm guessing you are all animal fans, correct? All right, I'm going to take a vote here. We're going to take a vote on America's favorite animal. Now, most people would say it's between the cat and the dog. Who thinks it's a dog? Raise your hands. Who thinks it's a cat? I think it's a dog. But the undisputed third most popular animal is, of course, the cute, the cuddly, and funny ferret. This is right. This is Frank. He's our little ferret friend. These guys love to cause mischief. They'll run around, play with everything. But believe it or not, these guys were domesticated 3,000 years ago, 500 years before the cat, and they were domesticated in Europe. What they would do, and they still do this in Ireland today, they would take their trusty hunting ferret with their trusty hunting dog, they would go to a rabbit hole, and they'd send the ferret through the rabbit hole, and be like, ferret me out of rabbits. So we're aiming this in. I can put his head through, his body can follow. Hey Frank, what's up? We'll put Frank down here on the ground. In medieval times, these guys were incredibly useful because they had a problem with rats. That's right. Of course, probably some of us have heard of the Black Plague. These guys became very, very popular because they would kill rats. You could send these little ferrets to very small places that a cat would never go. Now these guys are, like I said, are very, very cute. They love to cuddle, and if you have one ferret, you probably want two because they love to have playmates. That's right, they like to bounce around, cause lots of trouble, and they're known to be little thieves. But that's part of their cuteness. Now, we're going to go to the Andes Mountains where it's super cold and super dry. I'm going to bring out the world's softest animal. I'd like to introduce you Chili, the chinchilla. Yeah, isn't she cute? Yes, definitely going to come out for petting later. This is Chili. Now, Chili here is, of course, the softest animal in the world, but there's an unfortunate story behind our little chinchilla friends. Because they are so soft, they've been hunted for centuries for their fur coat. In fact, by the 1920s, they were already endangered in the wild. It's actually illegal to hunt down the chinchilla. But in the 1920s, they were also brought to America to be farmed for fur coats. But there's a problem with this little guy. For one, she's cute. 2, it takes 250 little chinchillas to make one fur coat. That's a lot of chinchillas. And it's not a very, very good fur coat. We're going to show you how she likes to take a bath. What happens is they can never ever get wet. If they get wet, their fur gets really, really moldy. So what we're going to demonstrate is she's going to roll around in what we call volcanic dust or volcanic ash, which is actually found in the Andes Mountains. This is actually what makes her super soft. She rolls around in the dust, it gets between her fur. She uses her whiskers to keep the dust out of her nose. And yeah, so this is how chinchillas like to take a bath. Isn't she cute? So this animal is not afraid to bathe in public. That's for sure.